Okay, for once, Benjo's going to make a useful video because I tell you, looping drums on your phone when you're bored on a train journey like I've been on a lot recently. I've been getting the train from Bristol to Avonmouth and back quite a lot, and it's a half an hour train journey. In fact, it's so addictive and so much fun making beats with this thing, or at least making drum beats with it. You can make any beats for it, actually. It's not just drums. You can put all sorts of samples. You could make a whole song out of it easy, even record vocals and whatnot. But I've just been using it for drums. And let's talk about it. So it's Koala Sampler. It costs a few pounds. I got it for free with Google Play points because I had some subscriptions to like Roblox, for example, for my daughter, getting her Robux, which I tell you is a big scam. Thankfully, she's grown out of that by now. But anyway, so let's just hear a little bit of it. So Koala Sampler, we've gone into this again. Click on it. Koala Sampler. At the moment it's set on mic. I'm going to change that because I don't want you hearing it through the mic. If you want to hear these samples sound like a real damn cajon, then you're going to want to actually listen to them through a big speaker or headphones, good headphones like I'm wearing. But first what we'll do, up in the top right hand corner, see I've clicked a menu, and I'm going to go here to load, and I could just load up my sample panel, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go drum song complete, because that's got not just my samples but the complete rest of it. Now what I'm going to do here is click on that button, and you see the headphone icon and the sound effects icon, and the mic going up and down and up and down and up and down. Going to click on resample from app. So this I've checked, double checked, it's still going to pick up my voice, but it will also pick up the samples. So let's run through them. These are all real cajon samples that I got free just off the internet. I didn't have to sample my own mate's cajon with a mic or anything. I literally just was able to pick it up by typing in, good free cajon samples. So let's run through them. So I press them in turn, then you can go to B, and I got more. And I could record other things. Like, for example, I could go, booyah, booyah. Okay, that didn't appear to work. Maybe that's because I haven't got it selected on mic. Maybe on mic it might work. Record from mic. Booyah, booyah, yo, yo. See if that works. Resample from app. Okay, well, that lot of good that was. That didn't work at all. Now, it doesn't really matter. The point is that you can load in all your samples. I think because of the weird connection I've got going on at the moment. The problem you have here is that if you're using Bluetooth, there's a big latency. So you have to have a wired connection. And so I've got a wired connection so that I can actually hear the drums in time itself when I touch them. But that disables my mic, so it gets a little complex. So the point is I've got my samples loaded, and that's how you do it. And let's say there's one I didn't like. Let's say I wanted to change one. Right? All I would have to do is click on Edit, and we see the waveform at the top here. And let's say I only wanted a little bit of it. Let's say I wanted to loop a tiny bit of it. Whatever, I could click Loop, or I could do it in reverse. That might be quite fun. So one thing, let's say I copy it down here. I drag it down. I've made a copy. I can click on it, and I click Reverse. Highlight the whole thing. Reverse. Loop. Or I could do, what else could I do? I could change the tone of it in different ways. I could go to Tools. This is the main thing I've been using. I've been cropping. So let's say I only wanted because I sampled all the cajons by literally putting it into my digital audio workstation and pressing all the buttons of all the cajons that I had and recorded with one massive track and then just cropping each one. So I could do that, and I could crop if I wanted it. And then, Yeah, crop whatever. You can see down here it's changing. And then what else could I do? I could never a bad idea to normalize stuff, is it? Yeah, normalize. Yeah, I get a bit sidetracked here. I'm going to delete that stuff. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, you heard all my sounds. Then you can go into the sequencer. And what you can do here, you can go from that first page. So let's say I like that one. Okay. I can choose that one. And then, well, let's go here. I like that one. I go to sequence. And then I can click here and choose it. And now I can either go to a grid where they're all here, like a chromatic scale, or a keyboard, which I don't really like, so I don't play the keyboard. Note repeat is useful, because I do. Do one thing, they call it a riser, don't they? And that kind of thing. Or I could do that kind of thing. And let's say I want to record one of these. So let's say I'm going to go to my grid. Let's say like that. All I have to do is click on a box that's not yet occupied, like this one. Click on the play and the record, and you can hear the metronome, and you can see it's set at 150 BPM. I could adjust that, whatever, but that's fine for me. And then if I'm wearing Bluetooth, it will get about a quaver out of time, so don't do it. That's why I've got a wired connection. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could change that to 2 bars. And let's say I wanted now 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I think I am getting out of sync actually because of the Bluetooth. It doesn't really matter too much. But the point is that we could do all kinds of different melodies how we wanted. It's very hard to hear the metronome as well. But 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I could drag it to the next one. And let's say now, let's stop it. Let's click on that. Let's say I wanted like a different instrument. So I go back to my sample panel. And let's say I wanted, I go back to project A. I like that nice tinny sound, okay? And now I could, let's say I go back to that one. Don't want that, don't want to pay for anything. Now I might go to the note repeat. And then what I can do, I can fire up my recorder. 2, 3, 4, 1. And then if I wanted to, I could drag it into the next one. And then, let's say I like that sound, but I want to go even faster. That's way too fast. But what I could do is grab that, drag it back to the previous page, stick it here, and I could either mix and then it will blend in, or I could add it to end. And so now, when I play this, it sounds a bit naff, I know. That's because I'm trying to do this on the fly. Let's drag this over. Let's say I stick it here, and let's say I want to just, I don't know, have one more heavy sound. So let's go back to, again, my samples rack. Let's find something heavy. It's nice and heavy. Let's go to sequence, and let's go to that grid again. That would be the normal sound. Oh, and you can adjust the sound, the loudness of them as well, by the way. So if I go back, just to go back to the sample, that one there, see, I could turn the volume full, and I could turn the pitch low. Volume full. Actually, that's what I wanted to do it to. So pitch low, volume high. Now let's go back to my sequence. And let's go, where was I? It was over here, wasn't it? So let's start playing it now. And that must be officially the worst drum beat anyone's ever made. But let me just play a few that I did in the past, so I've linked them together. So here's one I did. Sounds on that just for the fun of it. If I wanted, and then I could double it up. And then 8 bars of that. So I rap over that and never do. I know it's pretty rubbish. It's very, very hard trying to sync up with Bluetooth headphones and trying to make a video at the same time and trying to get things in time. But the point is, you'll have hours of fun with this. And as long as you're not Bluetooth, where you have this real latency, it's like... And, you know, you get the picture. So I'm just saying, Koala Sampler, not being sponsored by Obvious, you know, was sponsored enough video of this. I'm telling you, have flipping hours of fun with it. Because you can even make it sounds like a glockenspiel when you go really high on it. If I go back to the samples again, and I turn the pitch way up, and I go back here, and let me just find like a 4/4. There's hi-hats as well. Let me see if I've just got a 4/4 somewhere. Do I have a 4/4? 3, 4. Whoops, got to click record or you forget. Just let that go out of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you just go back to sampler again, that's my favourite crash, but it's real quiet. Pitch it up a tad. Back to the sequencer. Put that forward. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let's go to velocity. Let's just go to a note repeat. Drag that over. Let's have one last little go. Sample. That one up high. That one up high. Go to sequence. Go to that little one. Press record. And that's that. I'm just saying that, okay, I ain't no great drummer, but honestly, hours of fun. And actually, I made some pretty decent beats. I think are pretty good. I like this one. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully all that worked. Get my screen recorder back up. Stop that. Thanks for listening. Honestly, Koala Sampler, have mad fun with it. It's worth 3 or 4 quid. So much easier to use than trying to sequence drums on FL Studio. And as long as you get good samples, and like I said, for some reason, because of the setup with me being plugged in and doing this wired to try and synchronize things, it didn't record my woohoos or my whatever it was. But you can, if you're just doing it with your phone mic, you can make all kinds of sounds and you can just add them in and everything. But that is the only difficulty. Bluetooth adds the latency, and then so you have to make your recordings. Then you obviously going to have to chop out the bit of latency, and then you're going to have to work them by pressing the buttons in time and making sure that you are wired up to it so there's no real latency. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Take care. Benjo. Peace as always. Big up to Carmine. Big up to G-Man. Big up to Duncan. Let's give him a big up. Why not? Big up Fraser. Not Clark. Hopefully his Jules all right though. Big up Ashman. Big up Fiona. Might upload her track in a minute. But anyway, big up everyone. Take care. Thanks for listening.